late. I love you, Taliana Brava. Welcome all, Mahalo. We're late. We missed it. We were supposed to be here for the 11:11 portal. But guess what, babies? Numbers mean nothing to me. Numbers mean nothing to me. The portal is gaping. The portal is open. We don't have to wait for the Hallmark celebration to enter Bravadence. You can enter Bravadence as many fucking times as you want. The one thing I will warn you before we enter, for those who are joining in Heat 2, this grand entrance, is that you will be in a different multiverse and you will not be understood. Good morning, my darling. You will not be understood, nor will you seek to understand those who are not in your multiverse. You can fake it. Cuties, you're gonna have to fake it, right? You're gonna have like a job where you fake it. You're like, oh, I feel you. You're not gonna feel them. You're gonna feel you. And here's the thing, my darlings, before we enter Bravadence together, I want you to just recognize that, as we spoke about yesterday, Reiki Boom, we talked about this, about dropping the drama. We are unstreaming from other people's storylines. That's as simple as it is. So it's so fun, and it actually becomes quite enjoyable to watch other people's storylines play out with actually just not getting into it at all. Hello, the moon, y'all. Everyone's fucking late for the 11:11 portal, but you know what? This is not the Chinatown bus. She knows the Chinatown bus from New York to Boston. It's like $2 and it stops, like it breaks down a million times, but it's like the hookup spot of the century, because like everyone's like a high teenager who's like escaping to Tufts to like hang out with like an older boy. Shout out to Matt Kay and Jed and all those boys. The Moonual knows. We like ran away from home. Like Chinatown bus was like the runaway bus. It was for runaways exclusively. Yes, she knows. We're all so bonkers high out of our minds. But that is it. We are not the Chinatown bus. We do break down all the time, because breakdowns are breakthroughs, and burnouts are opportunities to like meet the luxury of like the space between the wood grain and like actually indulge in like the starvation mode of like dried goods, right, kitties? We live for those moments, and then we res, and then we're like, I got $20, like I'm fucking loaded, and like let's go, right, cuties? We live because we're in Bravadence, and we are not living by anyone else's standards of what the bar is on whether things are good or bad. We've completely unfucking subscribed. Cuties, I had a wonderful interaction with this woman who was trying to fight me all week, and she was just texting me like long threads, right, trying to fight. And I just left a voice note that like I know destroyed her brain. I was like, in my most hypnotic voice, I was like, perhaps the problem is believing there is a problem at all. But she left me alone, because she didn't even fucking contemplate. It was like, okay, here's the thing, Katie. I have 2 rocks. This is like a tale of 2 cities, a tale of 2 rocks. One is a heart chakra opening rose quartz from my dear friend Brianna. Get on her for a tarot reading. Her Instagram is UPE, and I follow her, so you can look for her. Whatever. Brianna, great tarot reader. Rose quartz, heart opener, right? Then I have my gray rock. So I was looking at this gray rock. I don't even know I honestly, truly, freely, do not know where it came from. It's like this is like the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, but just like landed gently on my kitchen, like windowsill, which is like a very peaceful place for me. It's where I make my tea and every meal, right, cuties? It's like I need serenity when I'm about to indulge in food. So I have this sitting on my windowsill, and I'm listening to this bitch Mel Robbins, whose materials I'm just completely lifting, because she's like a brilliant, like she's like the mom everyone wishes she has, like New Yorker, like straight. I don't even know if she's from New York, but she talks like she is. Maybe just be a brand, which I love. I love a girl who's just like, my brand is New York, never been there. But she's just so like straight to the fucking point, and she was giving me this wisdom through Audible, but giving it directly to me. She was talking this concept about the gray rock concept, and I'm like looking at this fucking rock while she's talking. And the gray rock is, if people try to come at you with any drama, with anything, you become like a gray rock. And they can't indulge. They can't even they're hot. Like they're hot mess. They're like, ooh, let's spice it up. You're like, cool. And they're like, wow, this is boring. And they fucking leave. And they're like, I'm so bored that they leave you the fuck alone. That is the blessing, cuties. It's like bored. The drama queens are bored. They're bored. Because here in Bravadence, you're just playing by if it's fun, it's fun, cuties, right? We're going to have a fight if it's fun. But if it's not fun, drop it, right? Be that gray rock. Yes, I love that, the gray matter of the mind. Okay, so cuties, it gets better. So not only is this like an awesome synergy, like God is speaking to us, right? The fact that I'm looking at this rock while she's explaining this. And I'm dealing with this like very crazy person in my life, right? At the same time. I get a call the very next day from the woman who also works with this person. And she was like, you'll never believe it was so funny. Yesterday, she said to me, fighting with you is like fighting with a rock. I just dropped the rock. I was so excited. Bitch, there we go, right, cuties? So I want you to think about that in Bravadence as we enter in just a moment. I'm going to hit play. And if you want, you can just go to your computer, go to tallybrava.com and hit play for better sound. I would actually recommend that. So as we enter into this guided meditation together, knowing that you are entering into a new multiverse, whereupon you dream it, you get it. It is all about this internal life being that projection. This is the thing, my cuties. On Earth, the rules are the same. It's just a slower lag. So what we call magic on Earth is dream it, instant manifestation, like the rock story, right? That seems magical. In Bravadence, that's just the way of the world, because that time is collapsed between dreaming it and getting it. So it's like you actually have to recognize, cuties, the truth, which is the hard pill to swallow, that should it be raining shitstorms on you, you somehow wanted it, right, cutie? You somehow wanted it. And so we ask ourselves, what is this giving me? How did I want this? Why did I want this? When we become conscious of that, then we can choose, you know what, I actually don't want that. Like, I'm actually going to choose to not want that. Our subconscious desires become all. Okay, cuties? So let's get into it. Knowing that when we enter Bravadence, there is some shit we will not even be picking up anymore. We will be gray rocks. Okay, cuties?
With every chapter's end is the potential for a new chapter to begin. So begins the final chapter of the book of Brava. Blessed Brava babies, on this anticlimactic, climactic evening, the moment we have been edging and aching for since the beginning of this grand devotional practice, Rapture Night, I welcome you home to yourself right now. When we started on this journey, we couldn't have known what would have changed and shifted. And as astral travel has been postponed indefinitely, and the call to stay here, to create here, has become very crystal clear. Tonight, we invite Bravadence home to this soil, to this landscape, to the very cells of our body, noting and affirming that every wish, every prayer called upon in every squat session at the Bravadence butt off, every time knowingly or unknowingly we have whispered the words, I love you, Talia Brava, we have put into motion a beautiful cacophony, a courageous chaos, a fantastic becoming that tonight shall drip and drop in all its miraculous glory onto you. Trusting and knowing that this process has already begun, that every particle of you is shifting and opening to this new sense of reality, this new sense of acknowledgement that the mind truly is all, and that your mind truly is miraculous. Bravadence is yours if you will allow yourself to unfold. Bring the attention to long, slow inhales and exhales, letting the eyelids heavy down, feeling your body in all of its aliveness, from the tip of your head, scrolling down with your awareness, the forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheekbones, nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, down the throat, back of the neck, into the chest, down through the arms, elbows, forearms, palms, through each finger, down through the chest, stomach, feeling the aliveness of your body down through your hips, pelvis, all the way down through your legs, knees, calves, heels, arches of the feet, left big toe, right big toe, left index toe, right index toe, left toes, right toes, feeling the aliveness and potentiality of the whole body here, seeing, feeling, and sensing a light about 300 feet above the physical body. A beautiful pink, iridescent light beginning to enter through the top of the head, traveling down the body, and as it does, swirling and moving, this bright, iridescent, pink, glowing light from 300 feet is pouring down into the physical body, meeting any stuck places with the brilliance of iridescence, moving and traveling, flitting and flirting around the physical body as it travels down, all the way down, through the body, around the body, circulating around the physical body now, an orb of beautiful iridescent pink light that now becomes liquid in nature, dissolving you into the element of crystalline water, turquoise blue, and your body becomes undistinguishable from the turquoise blue as this turquoise blue crystalline liquid water travels in all directions, moving as it does, flowing as it does, and forming now into a solid form, a crystalline diamond, feeling yourself held here in your perfection. You are the diamond glistening, feeling yourself in your glistening perfection for all the multiverse to see. And from here, shooting out into a million tiny particles, becoming the night sky, becoming the space between stars. And from this place, the space between stars, your focus shifts downwards, seeing yourself here tonight in your meditation, seeing yourself through the eyes of love, this beautiful creature who is here for nothing more and nothing less than to be adored. Adore yourself. Adore yourself. Adore yourself. Coming back into the physical body, feeling that sense of being so adored and delighted. Noting that you are now truly and freely in Bravadence. Noticing how the air feels new. The space feels new. You feel entirely new. With this ability to create from absolute potential. Allow your eyes to open. See, feel, sense Bravadence on earth. Simply receive her. You have all the time in the world.
Beautiful, focus, my brilliant Brava babies. Welcome to Bravadence. You are free to enter as many times as you wish, but you'll never, ever, 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 ever be kicked out, even for Disney rules. Like if you're a character and you took your head off and you smoked a cigarette, you can never be kicked out once you enter. So much love. Enjoy this beautiful portal moment. Bring the community along. Invite people to join. The invitation is always streaming over at tallybrava.com. And the portal program is now open. So that is 5 on-demand retreats, 1 live retreat, an unfuckwithable presence on Black Friday, a coaching session with me one-on-one, all for $222. That's sitting on my website. And I'll see you so soon.
What a time to be alive, living in a future, blinking on my heart.